Hi everyone, my name is Alisa Tilsner and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Today I am going to be showing you a colouring tutorial, watercolouring tutorial on the Apple Harvest stamp set from Stampin' Up! So we're going to colour the three main images and I'm actually going to do this over a three-part series. So there'll be three separate videos showing each of the images just to make it a little bit easier for you to get to in the video, that type of thing, so you can follow along with me if you like. I have already stamped my images and I am working on shimmery cardstock. It's just reusing a piece. I'm stamping on the back just for class examples. So I am using shimmery cardstock and I have already stamped in black StazOn. Okay, so because we are watercoloring with a water painter and our ink pads, you will definitely need to be stamping in a permanent ink. Okay, so we will get started. I'm perhaps not going to chit chat too much, and I have to warn you, sometimes I find it a little bit difficult to color in and talk at the same time, so in places I'll probably go quiet. Let's zoom in so that we can get nice and close and you can see what I am doing nice and close. So hopefully that is going to stay. Excuse me, I'm just going to pull my chair in so you might hear a little bit of background noise. I've got my hot water bottle on my lap because it's terribly cold at the moment. So you might hear a little bit of slushing around. That's just my hot water bottle. Okay, so we're going to start colouring this apple here. So I've got my Poppy Parade, and I do apologise if this stuff is close to the screen because I have zoomed in. I'm just going to squeeze my ink pad and that will transfer ink to the lid. Now the other thing you can do is use a re-inker and put a drop of, I'm finding it difficult at the moment to see where I am. There we go, because I'm sitting down and my camera's above me. So you can put a drop of re-inker in your lid if you wish. You can also tap your ink pad onto a block to transfer some colour onto here, or you can just put a re-inker drop straight onto your block as well if you don't want to use the lid. I just use my lid because that's handy for me. And you'll also need some paper toweling and of course your water painter. I should have perhaps not zoomed in too quickly, so I just want to make sure I might just pull this back a little bit so I'm actually in a better place on my desk. Okay, there we go. It was just a tad too close to me. Okay, so we're going to start with the apple, and as you can see, the artist when they've designed this stamp set have already popped in some areas where it will be darker, and I'm just going to follow those lines around there. So my first wash is always a light one and it usually goes pretty quick. So I just apply that colour. So I do tend to make a little bit more of a slightly watery wash in my ink pad lid, just so that that ink flows, and it's such a big area as well. So we'll just give that a nice coverage. Okay, missed a bit around the edge there, so I'll just come back in. Okay, so next I wipe off my brush and then I will start to pick up areas in the darker colour. So this is where, hopefully I'm in the screen, this is where I took my lighter colour from. So now I'll start taking from these colours. And what I'm going to do is just go around where these artist has placed the darker shadow. I am actually just going to follow those lines. So this one is actually a really super easy one to colour in. And you'll probably hear my chair squeaking because I need to keep standing up and sitting down so I know that I'm in screen properly. So, and then what I do is I wipe off my pen and then I come back in and I can blend that area. I'm not so fussed about the outside edge because we do want a little bit of lightness around the outside of the edge there, but I'm definitely going to bring it in and pull it in towards the center of the apple. And you can do this as many times as you like. The shimmer paper isn't as forgiving as if you would be using watercolor paper, but you definitely do have some leeway with working with it. And I find it pretty economical to use as well. So And around where the leaf is, I'm just going to do just a tiny little bit, not a real thick heavy one, just a small outline around that, because we would think that that leaf would possibly be casting a little bit of a shadow. And also we've got a little indentation up here at the top of the apple near the stalk, so I'm just going to go underneath that line as well. And then I can clean off my brush and blend that out as well, just with water. Now you can go as light or as dark as you like. So this is a fairly light looking apple at the moment. If you wanted to go heavier, you can just keep adding your layers, bringing it out more towards the middle, and that will get your apple a bit darker if you want a richer red, if you want a richer looking apple. So that is how I'm going to leave my red apple. Next I'm going to come in with my old olive, and again just popping some colour into the lid. Now there is a fair bit of detail in the leaves as well, but you can definitely follow along with these, but just to make things a little bit quicker, I normally just give it, first one is always just a water wash. So a light wash to start with. Now you can follow these areas if you wish, or actually I might do that. If you want to do, I'll do it on this one here. If you want to do a different style of painting, I will show you how I've done like quicker. So this one's just got, the underside might be a little bit darker. So just again, following along. Makes it really easy. And then you just dry off your brush and blend it out a little bit. And of course you can keep going as heavy as you like. Okay, and then my third colour is my crumb cake. Just make sure that between colours you are drying off your nib and making sure that it's nice and clean again. So crumb cake comes next, and I'm just going to do the stalk. You could do any of the browns that we have, so soft suede you could do, any ones that you wanted. So I'm just going to, and that's just really super simple. There's nothing too fancy about the stalk. Okay. So I will just stand up and make sure that I am definitely in screen. So there we go, there is our single apple. So I will stop the video and I will come back, and in the description below I will be linking to each of the 3 parts of the video. Okay, so we'll be doing this one next.